Again, that one's got a lock on it. So there's plenty of people who want me boxed up, locked up, or done in, disappeared one way or another. And again, that one's got cop and number 10 on it. In there, precision engineered, black box, serial killer frame, fixed assassination, sealed with 7 monster lies, 7 bogus diagnoses, not even Harry Houdini could escape from. Can see Keir Starmer and Labour loonies for details. And Keir Starmer was head of prosecution when the murder on the Royal Sandringham estate Killenfields took place, all covered up. Likewise Jimmy Savile, likewise the groom and rape gangs on the UK's Devil Islands. They certainly want me boxed up, locked up, or done in, disappeared one way or another, all to cover up high crimes. Royal Blue Murder, certainly not mine. Can see Camilla the Yeoman Nanny for details. King Charles, Count Dracula. Again, all covering up Prince Harry's royal spare behind, New Year's Day fine. September Blue Murder, certainly not mine. That one's had a bit of a hit down the side. And again, no Sombra, autonomy of a crime, no woolly hat, serial killer here. But they'll certainly set you up with the biggest monster lies and the biggest Dr. Death SS, silver bullet Hume Kitson, bogus diagnosis. To get you boxed up, locked up, or done in, disappeared one way or another. But again, it's all to cover up high crimes, Royal Blue Murder, and certainly not mine. And again, Sombra, autonomy of a crime, based in France on actual events, where there was a woolly hat, serial rapist riding round in a silver Peugeot, unchecked for over 30 years because of police violence. Plenty of women and young girls sexually abused and raped, but no woolly hat. Serial killer here, Africa, Dis, Norwich and Sandringham. Really don't think so. So they'll use everyone and anything as a weapon against you to make you disappear one way or another. Again, as always, it's all to cover up high crimes, Royal Blue Murder. Certainly not mine. And how do I know? Little birdie told me so. The word that came off the Royal Sandringham estate, Killenfields, loud and clear. Again, it was full moon last night, so we'll be full moon again tonight. Plenty of hosts for the hungry, bloodthirsty beasts in high places. And certainly no hosts for the beast here. But they certainly will box you up, lock you up, throw away the key, bury you alive down the longest, deepest, darkest, blackest hole, where all the monsters are, but no monster here. One big monster con, one big monster bluff. And there's an interesting story, the Lucy Letby story. Lots of people, including experts, believe that the managers, consultants, senior doctors and doctors, the police and their bogus expert, set Lucy Letby up as the serial killer nurse to cover their backs. Medical negligence, medical malpractice, and the appalling conditions at the baby unit. And it is always a very tough call when there's people all in positions of power, authority and influence, and they're the ones setting you up with the biggest monster lies and the biggest bogus diagnosis to get you boxed up, locked up, or done in, and that's all to cover up their high crimes, Royal Blue Murder, frames and fixers switches, monster lies, bogus diagnosis. And if that is true, that Lucy Letby is innocent and they completely set her up as the serial killer nurse, that means the managers, the consultants, the senior doctors and the doctors, the police and their bogus expert are perfectly okay with Lucy Letby having her life totally destroyed, having spent 3 years in prison already as a baby killer, which is not a very, can't be a very good place to be in prison as a baby killer. And they're perfectly okay with Lucy Letby spending the rest of her life in prison to cover their backs, their medical negligence, malpractice, which could have led to manslaughter charges. So a lot of people do feel that they all used and set Lucy Letby up as the serial killer nurse. And this one's got nil on it and 17. Now it's got mil on it actually. Because in this Norfolk UK, that's all they really do have is SIP 0 Silch nil. Whole lot of nothing, one big monster con, one big monster bluff, and 17 on that one. So not me leaving the body of a 17-year-old sex trafficked girl on the Royal Sandringham estate, Killenfields, late Prince Philip's favourite hunting area. Can see Camilla the Omen Nanny for details. Like Pink says, when you're surrounded by big-wig know-alls, knobs, dickheads, hags, liars and evil clowns, I'll certainly disappear before they come for me. And she looked a bit like Camilla. There is also talk from the Epstein files about harvesting adrenochrome, the Satan's ruling elite, very big on drinking adrenochrome. That lady was drinking a red substance out of a bottle. Can see Camilla, the Omen Nanny for details, King Charles. So there, High Royal Blue Crime, New Year's Day fine, September Blue Murder, certainly not mine. That one's also got Mill on it. Can see Burston Mill, Pages and Co, Discull and Road Assassins, Dis Woodyard. Parish Fields, Not So Healthy Centre, they are all related, you get one big black axe hatchet job. Saw Trap in Dis Norfolk UK, so they all want me boxed up, locked up or done in, disappeared one way or another. And one that black BMW has got Cop, Hot Fuss and number 10 on it. So you can see Keir Starmer and the Labour loonies for details. Certainly make more than your social media accounts disappear, again for exposing the truth. It certainly will make you an enemy of the crown, enemy of the state, so they will want you boxed up, locked up or done in, while you do have to run, fly, go, disappear, follow your golden compass. Again, Evergreen Toxic Crown Corporation, Sachs Coburn Goffer, Windsor SS. How you doing? You alright? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, yeah.
Doing a little bit of research or something like that? Or?
No, I'm just doing the big story, the big diss story.
The big diss story?
Yeah. And that was Mr. Carey, and you can see Carey skips for details. Again, when you're surrounded by big wig know-alls, knobs, dickheads, hags, liars and evil clowns, they'll certainly disappear before they come for me. Again, they will pay to make you disappear. And I was banned from Parish Fields, Not So Healthy Centre, by Simon Johnson for exposing their 7 monster lies, 7 bogus diagnoses. They're precision engineered, black box, serial killer, frame fix assassination. In an email to MP Knobhead SS Bacon. And certainly no Blitz Limey, no MP GP Cop, ex-wife killer here. There were 2 MPs that had been killed. I did have a chat with Richard Bacon in Tesco's. He was quite a big supporter to Boris Johnson, and he was sharing with me how he'd uncovered how senior civil servants and cabinet members all conspired, collaborated to make Boris Johnson disappear. So again, there's plenty of people in high places who want me boxed up, locked up, or done in, disappeared one way or another, but it's all to cover up high crimes, royal blue murder, and certainly not mine. So again, that is a very tough call when there's people all in positions of power, authority and influence, and they're the ones setting you up, but it's all to cover up their high crimes, royal blue murder, frames and fixer switches, monster lies, bogus diagnosis, and certainly not mine. See Prince Harry, Despair for details. Prince of Darkness, E.T. hybrid host, red dragons. 17-year-old sex trafficked girl abused and hunted, found dead on New Year's Day. Royal Sandringham Estate, Killenfields. Late Prince Philip's favourite hunting area. Again, as always, that is the word that came off the Royal Sandringham Estate, Killenfields. Loud and clear, so no nut in a hitch and beach up. 7 miles from Sandringham, North Norfolk coast. Sandringham stock and strangler, serial killer here, really don't think so. And police surrounding my frame fixed Skoda, calling for backup. Nicely setting me up as the Black Cat. Copycat, Black Cat of Burston. Son of Sam, Black Panther, Sandringham serial killer. Really don't think so. It's certainly no nut in a hitch and beach up. Sandringham stock and strangler, serial killer here. And there's a very good watch, the ABC Murders, Agatha Christie, where there is a murder in a beach hut, but the man who was set up as the stock and strangler serial killer, it's not him at all. It's his aristocracy boss who is committing the murders. And that is the perfect crime. The perfect crime is not the one that remains unsolved, but it's the crime that is solved, but with the wrong culprit and the wrong fall guy. And you do see that in a very classic film, classic masterpiece, The Night of the Generals. Omar Sharif, Peter O'Toole, when a German SS general, he uses and sets up, frames and fixes his driver to cover up his Jack the Ripper crimes. And you also see it in Alfred Hitchcock's film, Frenzy, where the wrong man is set up as the necktie strangler, serial killer, by the person who is the real necktie strangler, serial killer. Evidence is planted on him. So, plenty of high crimes, Jack the Ripper crimes, castles, manor houses, UK's Devil Island, country estates, certainly not mine. Obviously it's all come out about the grooming rape gangs, the Keir Starmer, the Labour loonies, the police, the councils and the social workers tried to cover up. The Mayor of London also, who claimed he didn't know what a grooming rape gang was. They've just reopened 9,000 cases in London. So one big cover-up, the Muslim vote, was more important than the lives of thousands and thousands of young English girls who have been through the most horrendous ordeals. And there are plenty of grooming gangs in high places. Plenty of high crimes, and certainly not mine. Again, see Prince Harry, Despair for details. Anyhow, God bless, take care.